Ello fue un golpe al orgullo de Egipto, lo mismo que sus ingresos. El portaaviones norteamericano Intrepid fue uno de los últimos barcos del mundo en pasar por la histórica vía acuática. Hoy, las tropas egipcias e israelíes se enfrentan a través de un canal inútil. En meses recientes, Nasser parecía estar acercándose a una solución de esta costosa confrontación. Si su sucesor puede traer paz a esta zona, ello constituirá el mejor monumento al presidente Nasser a que el mundo y la República Árabe Unida pudieran aspirar.
A new Middle East crisis arises as President Nasser of Egypt tells a wildly cheering crowd in Alexandria that Egypt has seized the internationally owned Suez Canal. Shuddered at the thought, for this catastrophic weapon struck fear in the minds of men all over the world. The free world does not want it dependent on the Egyptian government. In London, Paris, and Washington, the fate of the strategic waterway causes grave concern. The Egyptian says is his answer to the West for refusing to finance the Aswan Dam.
In 1896, Jacques de Morgan was looking for an entry into the layer pyramid, and he found a staircase. In 1900, Alessandro Barsanti continued the excavations, and it was indeed the entrance to the layer pyramid, or pyramid of Khaba. You come down the staircase and go down a long ramp, down a shaft, passages to come to the main chamber. Barsanti's plans were a bit dubious, and it was a few years later that George Reisner resurveyed the pyramid and gave us the plans that I'm using today. The layout of the galleries is similar to the Sekhemkhet pyramid, though they're just on the inside, not on the outside. This is the second and the last time the Egyptians would have galleries like this underneath their pyramid. The pyramid was empty, nothing was found. The galleries were more finished than the final chamber, so it's presumed that the pyramid was never used. I'll put the two plans there for comparison because it's easy to get confused. There were two other pyramids of comparable size to the Khaba pyramid, that being the South Saqqara pyramid and the Amenemhet one at Lisht. Though keep in mind that these two pyramids were built 800 years later. We've looked at Lisht before, so we'll just take a quick look at South Saqqara. Southeast of the mastaba of Shepseskaf is the South Saqqara pyramid, or the unnamed pyramid, sometimes called the unfinished pyramid. It's in a group of three pyramids with the pyramid of Kenja. A couple of videos ago I asked you to calculate the size of that square in the center, that black square. If you need to pause the video, you can pause the video and work it out, and we will wait for you. After the Pyramid of Khaba, the fourth pyramid to be built was the Maiden Pyramid. Why this ratio and what it means, I don't know, but it was for these three pyramids and the two aforementioned pyramids at South Saqqara and Lisht. But it means something. Now we'll jump forward 100 years and a few pharaohs to Bikris or Bakr or Nebka. The fact is, it's not certain who built the Great Pit of Zawiyet el Aryan. It's even disputed whether it's a 4th dynasty structure. Some people believe it's from the 3rd dynasty, just like the Khaba pyramid. Gaston Maspero, the Director General of Excavations and Antiquities for the Egyptian government, considered it one of, if not the most premier site in Egypt. There in the background are the pyramids of Giza. When Barsanti began excavations, after digging out all of the sand, he found that there were 3 or 4 meters of stone blocks that had been thrown in. So he had to lift them out. That's how they built the pyramids, by the way. 2 big sticks, A-frames. Maybe 100, maybe 1,000, maybe 10,000 A-frames. In between excavations, the pit would fill up with sand. A remarkable discovery was made, an oval pink granite sarcophagus. Eventually it was fully cleaned and the enormous stone blocks in the floor were revealed. The walls were carved with horizontal lines, some of which were architectural features. They were plastered, had hieroglyphs and bold red center lines on the eastern, western and southern wall. Perhaps the most remarkable feature was the floor inlaid with granite blocks, one of which comprised the basin of the sarcophagus. Barsanti was astounded to find that there were actually 4 floors, and he proceeded to dig them up. You may wonder, why did he dig up the floor? Well, there was a huge storm and the pit filled up with water and drained very quickly. Barsanti went looking for a chamber. After that, there's no more information about Zawiyet el Aryan. It goes very quiet, very dark. It's 1,235 meters between centers and 930 meters between longitudinal lines. I want you to remember 930. After Barsanti's report in 1912, there's very little information. The last images are from a movie, Land of the Pharaohs. Soon after, it became a military base and off limits. So conspiracy theories abound. And conspiracy theories are nothing new. In Description de l'Egypte, the first section discusses theories of knowledge, astronomy, measurement, length of the cubit, and makes it clear at the end of the chapter that ancient people weren't capable of measuring the earth. But what inspired Napoleon to take 36,000 men to Egypt? At the same time, they were measuring the earth. Whatever size they determined the earth to be, they would divide it by 40 million, and that would become 1 meter. Measuring the earth isn't easy, particularly because it is an oblate sphere. But they came up pretty close, only 8,000 meters short of the true size. These are the true sizes here. These are the modern satellite measurements of the Earth. The Egyptians had a base 10 number system and a symbol for 1 million, which invokes the Ka symbol. Now, a quick geometry lesson. If you get a circle of 1 meter radius divided into 12 parts, each arc equals 1 cubit, exactly 1 cubit. They were quite capable of reproducing lengths and angles. When's the last time you measured or thought about the apogee and perigee of the moon? And if you were to measure it, how would you measure it? Delambre, one of the men who measured the Earth, called Hipparchus the father of astronomy. Mr. Girard, at the end of section 1, was adamant that the ancients were not capable of measuring the Earth. Maybe he would change his mind today without technology. Now we'll go back to the pyramids, back to Khaba and Amenemhet I, the Alpha and the Omega. We'll draw the azimuth straight through the centre of the pyramid and see where it leads us. In 1996, Mark Lanner, more famous for Giza, wrote a paper on Z500, that small mastaba, where they found a bowl with the name of Khaba. And as we approach List, we see that the azimuth goes straight over the top of the Amenemhet I pyramid. This is a hieroglyph from a rock cut tomb at Giza. It's worth having a look. It's from digital Giza. You'll never look at hieroglyphs the same. Now we'll draw longitudinal lines from north to south through the Khaba pyramid and straight through the middle of the stairs of the Great Pit. The northernmost pyramid is at Abu Rosh, then Giza, and the following major pyramid fields. When you wonder why they built the pyramids, you have to wonder why they built and made them so far south. Maiden is in between those two lines. Now remember that number? As those lines go down south, they spread to 935, which happens to be the distance between the centres of the Menkaure and Khufu pyramid at Giza. That's why they built at Maiden.